If someone is batting on 90 and the other one is batting on 85, don't they deserve 100? Would they have walked off? If someone from England side would have been batting on 90 or 85, if someone has the opportunity to get his first test 100, won't you allow him to do it? ये अपनी हिस्ट्री खुद बना रहे हैं. Honestly, इस टीम में कोई किसी को फॉलो नहीं करेगा, ना करना चाहता है. ये अपनी खुद की हिस्ट्री बना रहे हैं. देखिए, पहली बात तो ये है कि शुभमन गिल के टैलेंट पे किसी को भी डाउट नहीं था. जिनको डाउट था उनको सिर्फ क्रिकेट बोलनी आती है, समझनी नहीं. Any amount of praise is not enough for him, especially batting with a broken foot. Not many people have done that in the past. And he had put his hand up, and that is why I say at any amount of praise. I can sit here and talk about this for hours and hours. The generations to come forward will talk about this, and generations coming forward should talk about it.
कैसे डिस्क्राइब करेंगे ऐसे विकेट पर और इतने क्रूशियल टेस्ट मैच में, और आपको आपकी 2009 की नेपियर की पारी याद आ गई कि आपने पेप टॉक दिया था चौथे दिन?
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये है कि मेरे को कोई भी अपनी पारी याद नहीं है, वो हिस्ट्री हो चुकी है. आई थिंक ये अपनी हिस्ट्री खुद बना रहे हैं. ऑनेस्टली, इस टीम में कोई किसी को फॉलो नहीं करेगा, ना करना चाहता है. ये अपनी खुद की हिस्ट्री बना रहे हैं. दे वांट टू फाइट फॉर अ कॉमन मैन बैक होम. और इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग ये थी कि जिस तरीके से बहुत लोगों ने हमारे को राइट ऑफ कर दिया था इस टेस्ट मैच में, दिस इज द फाउंडेशन ऑफ दिस टीम. These are characters who are sitting in this dressing room wanting to fight for the country, and they will continue to do that.
Gautam, for a largely young and a transitional team, this kind of a draw, batting for almost 143 overs and then pulling off his incredible draw, how much will it give a confidence boost for this young transitional side in the years ahead?
Good you use that word transition, but again, I don't believe in something like that because it's still an Indian team, and this is the best 18 that is going to represent and that are there in the dressing room. And more importantly, it's not the transition, it's just a little bit of inexperience. It's only experience and inexperience, and that is how we see this. But the most important thing is that these guys are going to learn a lot from what they did today, because being under pressure, batting 5 sessions, it's never easy on day 5 of the wicket against an attack like England, and then coming out with a draw and only losing 4 wickets. You've got to give it to the guys, the kind of characters they've shown.
गौतम, शुभमन गिल द बैटर के इवोल्यूशन के बारे में आप थोड़ा सा बता पाएंगे, क्योंकि यहाँ आने से पहले उनकी टेक्निक, उनके रन्स, एवरेज गिनाया जा रहा था, बहुत सारी बातें कही जा रही थी. आप फ्रॉम लीड्स टू हियर के कैसे देखते हैं उनकी इस ग्रोथ को और अपनी पूरी टीम को? एंड द सेकंड पार्ट इज, क्या अब क्योंकि थोड़ा सा सीरीज में जो लास्ट मैच है वो डिसाइडर हो गया है, क्या कुछ बातचीत होगी जसप्रीत बुमराह के साथ, या फिर हम डन है इस बात पे कि नहीं वो 3 ही मैचेस खेलेंगे?
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये है कि शुभमन गिल के टैलेंट पे किसी को भी डाउट नहीं था. जिनको डाउट था उनको सिर्फ क्रिकेट बोलनी आती है, समझनी नहीं. बिकॉज कुछ लोगों को टाइम लगता है इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में ब्लॉसम करने के लिए, और कोई भी सरप्राइज नहीं है इस ड्रेसिंग रूम में कि जो शुभमन ने इस टूर पे किए. और ऑनेस्टली अगर नहीं भी किया होता तब भी उसके टैलेंट पे कोई भी किसी को डाउट नहीं होता, क्योंकि जो क्रिकेट समझते हैं वो देखते हैं, उनको पता है कि किस तरीके का टैलेंट शुभमन गिल में है. एंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट ही इज लिविंग अप टू हिज एक्सपेक्टेशन, हिज ओन टैलेंट. एंड मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली, ये जो कैप्टनसी का प्रेशर, जो लोग कहते हैं कि कैप्टनसी का बर्डन और प्रेशर है, आई थिंक यू कांट सी एनीथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट when he goes in bat, because when he goes into bat, he goes as a batsman, not as a captain. And दूसरी चीज ये है कि अभी किसी बारे में कोई बात नहीं हुई और कोई ऐसा डिसीजन नहीं हुआ है कि लास्ट टेस्ट मैच जसप्रीत बुमराह खेलेंगे या नहीं खेलेंगे. अल्टीमेटली जो भी खेलेगा, अगर वो खेलते हैं या नहीं खेलते, जो भी खेलेगा, they will try and do the job for the country.
Gautam, you talked about the inexperience, that only inexperience was the only issue with this team. But when you brought this team to England, and the fight that they have shown, how much of talk about results have you emphasized while you discussing with the team when you had meetings? It's easy to just fly under the radar that it's just a team that's going through the transition. So how important was to get results as well?
You're asking someone who only believes in results, and I've said that in the past as well. I believe in results. We're still 2-1 down in this series. This is Indian team. Yes, there is an experience, but this is still the best Indian team right now. So for me, I think we're still down 2-1, and hopefully we can try and make it 2-1. That's going to be a great achievement.
Coach, here, if you can provide a fitness update on Rishabh and the fast bowlers who would be available for the Oval Test.
Oh, Rishabh, already it's been declared that he's out of the series. And one thing I want to say is that the character and the foundation of this team will be built on something what Rishabh did for the team and for the country as well. Any amount of praise is not enough for him, especially batting with a broken foot. Not many people have done that in the past. And he had put his hand up, and that is why I say at any amount of praise. I can sit here and talk about this for hours and hours. I think the generations to come forward will talk about this, and generations coming forward should talk about it. That there is someone. The fast bowlers are fit right now. There is no injury scares.
Gautam, cricket of course is as much a game of skills as of mindset. Do you think this draw will give India a psychological edge over England, perhaps moving to London for the Oval Test?
No, it will, because when you put under the pressure, when you put under the pump and you end up batting 5 sessions, I think that's a great character. And anything that you do in these conditions, when you put under pressure and you come out of those pressure moments, it is always a great feeling, and it just ends up giving a lot of confidence in the dressing room as well. And I'm sure, I think going into Oval, I think we will be high on confidence, but we can't take anything for granted. I think it's going to be a new game. It's going to be against a strong England side, and we absolutely will be up for it.
Last one from this side.
Gautam, just the thinking behind Washington coming at 5 ahead of Jadeja, who's had a very good run with the bat in this series?
I think Washington Sundar himself was in really good form as well. It's just that sometimes when you're playing 7 or 8 batters, I think sometimes it's difficult to accommodate someone. And we always knew that with Rishabh not being there at number 5, it was our opportunity to put Washi at 5 and try and give him that opportunity. And we always knew the kind of form he was in and the way he was batting in the nets, or even in the last couple of test matches. So there's not even an inch of surprise at what he did today. And I'm sure this is going to be just start of someone who's going to achieve a lot of success in future as well. What he's done with the ball, what he's done with the bat, I think the entire country should be proud of him.
Gautam, England's fielders didn't seem very happy when India carried on batting at the end after they'd offered a handshake. What did you make of their reaction?
If someone is batting on 90 and the other one is batting on 85, don't they deserve 100? Would they have walked off? If someone from England's side would have been batting on 90 or 85, if someone has the opportunity to get his first Test 100, won't you allow him to do it? They weathered the storm. It's up to them. That is, if they want to play that way, that's up to them. I've got nothing more to say. I think both those guys deserved 100. And fortunately they got it.
गौतम 5 टेस्ट मैच की सीरीज, इतनी इंटेंसिटी और लगातार ये मैचेस होते जा रहे हैं. ये आखिरी टेस्ट मैच को जाते हुए दोनों टीम के लिए, ना कि सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान की टीम के लिए, दोनों टीम के लिए थकान को काबू में रखना, उसके ऊपर हावी होना, यही चीज लास्ट मैच में एक स्किल के साथ वो भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज होगी.
देखिए, मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊं, और ये मैंने इस पूरी सीरीज में बोला, हार का दर्द किसी भी फिजिकल और मेंटल पेन से बहुत ज्यादा होता है. तो कोई ऐसा मेंटल, जब आप अपने देश के लिए खेल रहे होते हैं तो कोई ऐसा फिजिकल पेन और कोई ऐसा मेंटल पेन नहीं है जो ओवरकम नहीं होता. किसी थकान को 1 हफ्ता लगता है, किसी थकान को 10 दिन लगते हैं, और कोई थकान 2 दिन में ठीक हो जाती है. लेकिन हार, एक बार अगर आप हार गए तो वो कभी वापस नहीं आती. So that is something which inspires this team, and this will continue to inspire this team.
तो ये रिजल्ट भी उसके लिए काम आएगा.
Absolutely. हम ये सीरीज में we are very much alive in this series, and that is what is important.
Coach, just wanted to know from you. We had seen that Rishabh had to come out to bat with a broken toe, and since we are allowing concussion substitute, do you think that in case of external injuries, clear-cut external injuries, they should allow?
Absolutely. I'm all for it. And if the umpires and the match referee sees and feels that there's a major injury, I think it's very important. It's very important to have this rule where you can get a substitute. That is, if it's very visible, there's nothing wrong in doing that, especially in a series like this, where it's been such a closely fought series in the previous 3 test matches. Imagine if we would have had to play with 10 men against 11. How unfortunate would this be for us?
Coach, throughout the series, there have been some forced changes due to injuries and availability issues, chop and change of the 11, batting order and everything. How do you go about doing those changes? Karun played the first 3 games and he was dropped for this game. You got in Sai, he got runs in the first innings. And then how about Anshul Kamboj, pipping Prasid for that spot? So
I'll tell you one thing, we don't drop anyone, we only pick the best playing 11. I think that's the difference. You guys see it as dropping someone, we see it as selecting someone who can do the job for us, who we feel is best suited and can do the job for the team. That's the only difference. It's the way you look at things. And yes, you might say that Karun's been dropped. We felt that against this bowling attack, having a left-hander at number 3 could help us. And obviously he did score runs in the first inning. So no one is dropped. It's only the best playing 11 is picked.
Anshul Kamboj making his debut this game, like what went behind giving?
We just felt that he would give us control, and especially with overcast conditions, we thought that his bowling is really well suited for these conditions, and someone who can bowl those long spells as well, which was important in these conditions. And it was his first game. There could be nerves, there could be anything. I think if he keeps working hard, I think we're going to have a good bowler in future as well.
Hi, by the way, in the last 4 tests, at number 3, you tried with Karun and then, of course, with Sai coming in. But somehow, even though Karun got starts, he could convert into big ones. And Sai, of course, had a disappointing outing this season. This match. So, how do you see that number 3 going into the, what could be a series decisive game?
Honestly, I don't even look at the individual runs. I only look at the partnerships. I think if we want to build this team, we want to build this team on partnerships, not on individual scores. I think if the number 3 can have a partnership and can contribute in that partnership, I think he's done his job. That is something which is very important. And Sai is a phenomenal talent. I think you can't keep judging people after every game. He's 23, playing his first test series in England in English conditions, and still putting his hand up and scoring that brilliant 50 or 60. I think you've got to have patience with these boys. Some of these boys are on their first tour to England, and they're going to have a great learning experience here, and they keep fighting for the country as well. And I think these guys will have a bright future, and Indian cricket will be in very healthy hands going forward.